What's up, guys? Mike here, and the NFL season is finally here, guys, after a long wait. This is going to happen once a week. Either I'm going to do this on Tuesdays or I'm going to do this on Thursdays, depending on the schedule and everything. I figured, why not drop it on the first day of the season? Because, of course, that would allow enough time for views and everything. So, let's get right into it. Timestamps for every video are down below, for every game are down below. Let's get right into it. Patriots and the Chiefs. This is pretty obvious. I think the Patriots are the best team in the NFL by far. Going up against the Chiefs. Good team, playoff team, just not anywhere near the Patriots level. You're asking me to compare weapons between having Tom Brady and what he's got to offer and what he's got around him versus Alex Smith and his gaggle of mediocre to bad receivers. This is going to be a pretty easy game for the Patriots. I have them taking it 27-17. Moving on to Sunday, we've got the Jags and the Texans. Is this one obvious as well? I think this one's pretty obvious as well. Listen, the Jags are not good as long as Blake Bortles is there. I have no confidence in Blake Bortles. I know you have no confidence in Blake Bortles. I'm not sure if Blake Bortles has confidence in Blake Bortles. And you know what? The Jags shouldn't have confidence in Blake Bortles. This should be a Chad Henne game instead. But whatever. The Texans, they're at home. They're obviously going to be coming out guns a-blazing. By the way, hope everyone in Houston is doing good after Hurricane Harvey. Hopefully that, watching your Texans beat the ever-loving brakes off of a bad team like the Jaguars will bring a little bit of a distraction. I have the Texans winning this one in a blowout. I think it's 31-10. Eagles and Redskins. Newsflash, NFL media, the Redskins aren't as good as you like to think they are. Kirk Cousins is not a good quarterback. Their running backs are bad. None of their receivers are worth anything. Terrell Pryor is 29 years old and still learning how to play wide receiver. And that's their best weapon. That's not a good player to have as your best weapon. The Eagles aren't much better in terms of weapons, but I like what they've got around Wentz a lot better than the Redskins. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Eagles taking this one 24-17. Cardinals and Lions are one of the first games that I looked at this week that I actually went back and forth with as to who to pick. Figured if the quarterbacks were equal between Carson and Stafford, I had to pick up based on the weapons around and the defense. I think the defense goes to the Lions, but not by that much. But the offensive weapons are clearing away to Arizona. I have them winning this one in a little bit of a shootout. I think it's 31-28 for the Cardinals on the road. Titans and the Raiders, another game that was very, very hard for me to pick because I like both teams and what they've got around them with the young quarterbacks. I went with the Titans in this one. I think that they're going to be a little bit like the Cowboys from last year. They're going to just kind of run the clock, run the ball. And, of course, the Raiders don't really have a great defense. The Titans do have a good defense. And I like the weapons around Mariota just slightly more than I like the weapons around Carr in Oakland. I have the Titans taking this one 21-17. The Jets against the Bills in the who gives a fuck game of the week. Wow. Is anyone going to be surprised if these are the two worst teams in the league? Really? Who cares? I have the Bills taking this one 13-10. I think that both teams are just that bad that they can't score on each other, but the defenses are going to look all world because of just how bad the offenses are. Atlanta versus Chicago. Atlanta's going to be mad after losing that Super Bowl. You can't blow a 28-3 lead to the Bears. I think that that's the one upside to this game. The Bears just aren't good. The Falcons should be able to beat them pretty handily even on the road. I think that the Falcons take this one 31-13. Bengals and the Ravens. If Flacco was playing, this would affect my pick a lot more. I have the Bengals taking this one. The Ravens are so unlucky with the injuries and suspensions and everything like that. I think that the Bengals take this one pretty handily. I think it's 24-13. Steelers versus the Browns. This is going to be a laugher. I think the Steelers take this one 31-13. I don't have a lot of faith and the Browns just yet. I hope that Deshaun Kaiser plays very well. Hope Myles Garrett is able to play in this game. I just don't think that the Browns are going to be able to slow a potential Super Bowl team. Colts and the Rams. If Andrew Luck was playing, this is a very different prediction, but he's not. And Jacoby Brissett literally just got traded to that team. I have a few questions, and I don't trust the Colts on offense or defense right now. I am giving this game to the LA Rams. I think that Jared Goff is going to be able to have a much better season this year, bounce back a little bit. And who knows, maybe if he plays well, Todd Gurley is able to play well as well. So I have the Rams taking this one. I actually don't think it's going to be that close either. I think the Rams have a good defense, which the Colts don't. And the Colts aren't going to have anything going on offense because Luck isn't there. And the rest of their weapons outside of T.Y. Hilton are just not good. I think the Rams take this one 27-13. Carolina and the Niners. Listen, the Niners draft was terrible. Everyone likes to think that John Lynch is some fucking genius for getting Reuben Foster at 31, which he is, but having Solomon Thomas at 3. If you had flipped those, that would have been better. If you got Reuben Foster, even with the injury, at 3, and Solomon Thomas at 31, because that's really where he should have been drafted. I've been on this rant several times. I'm going to get myself off this rant. But, I mean, what the fuck is this team? Brian Hoyer is their quarterback. Who are their wide receivers? Who is their tight end? Who's blocking for them? I know Carlos Hyde on this offense to go along with Brian Hoyer. Yeah, this is not a good team. Panthers should have a much better year this year. Bounce back. Wow, this is going to be another blowout. I think this is Carolina 38 and 49ers. I'm only giving them 14 points. Packers and Seahawks at Lambeau. 4:25 game on Fox. That's, I think, probably the America's game of the week or whatever the fuck they like to call it. Wow, this is a very tough game for me to call because the Packers don't have a pass rush that could tee off on that weak Seattle offensive line. Packers don't have much of a running game. Seahawks love to run the ball. But even though they've become a little bit more of a passing team, the weird thing is that these two teams are weak where the other teams are weak on one side of the ball, where their opponent is on the other, on the other side of the ball. So Green Bay has no pass rush, but Seattle has no offensive line. So there's a lot of, Seattle, maybe doesn't have the best receivers, and Green Bay doesn't really have the best secondary. It's very hard to kind of pick this game. This one really is a toss-up. I went with the Packers just due to the home field advantage in that situation. Then I gave them this one at 21-17. Sunday nighter, we've got the Cowboys and the Giants. Ezekiel Elliott is playing this game and then suspended for the next 6. He's going to be mad. Dak's going to be mad. Dez is going to be mad. Jason Garrett's going to be mad. Giants don't have a line. Maybe that defense for the Cowboys decides to actually, rush the passer, which is something they've always been really bad at. Eli's going to test that secondary, but I think that this one's going to be a little bit of a shootout because I don't trust Dallas' secondary, but I don't trust the Giants' ability to stop that offense either. Zeke versus those weak-ass Giants linebackers, I give that matchup to Zeke every day. I have the Cowboys winning this one 38-34. Moving on to Monday. Adrian Peterson's return to Minnesota. It doesn't matter. Listen, the Vikings are going to, shut down that Saints game plan of our defense is bad, but as long as we score 45 points, we can win. They're not going to score 45 points against the Vikings in order to win. I think that the Vikings, even though I don't really trust their offense, I think your average high school team could probably hang 28 points on the Saints. I think the Vikings take this one 31-20. And then to finish off the week, the Broncos and Chargers, two teams that I'm really not sold on. Chargers due to injuries, Broncos due to just not having a quarterback. I gave the game to the Broncos in a very low-scoring game. I think it's 13-10 the final. I just don't trust either of these teams. Not really sold on this being the last game of the week. Probably one of the least interesting games of the week outside of the Bills versus the Jets. But yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Come the end of the week, if you guys want to make fun of every pick that I got wrong, you go right ahead. You leave that down in the comment section below. Until next time, guys, take it easy.